Hello Internet, and today's video is going to be a Top 5 Wednesday. This is a Goodreads group run by Sam over at Thoughts on Tomes. Both links are down below for your perusal. Today's topic was nostalgic book boyfriends or girlfriends, and since I'm pan, I kind of have both. I always have been attracted to multiple sides of humans. I like aesthetics. If I see you look pleasing to me, then I might like you. So we're just gonna go through this list. This was kind of hard for me because book boyfriends, girlfriends, book crushes in general are not a thing that I do. I always thought it was a weird concept because when I am reading, the characters, while they are alive to me, they are alive to each other more. So I would often ship people together. Like, I was a huge fan of shipping, still am, and I would pair them off, and I don't like getting in the way of like relationships that are established. So a lot of the people that I would like to get to know in some sort of capacity, they have a significant other, and I ain't about to break my own ship even for myself. And then the others who were single, as you will see on this list, I'm concerned for myself as to why I like these. So let's just get into it. This is going to be really weird because I just picked up ones that I could remember myself being fascinated with on some sort of level and really enjoying, and that don't weird me out to say, oh yeah, I had a crush on them, because they don't have any involvement with another character and I don't ship them with anyone. So number one is going to be Tom Riddle. Now, I've mentioned over and over again, I am in love with Tom Riddle. I just am so fascinated with him for a multitude of reasons. Short and simple of it, I love his backstory. I love just the character that he is. I love like how twisted and his brain is. I love how many possibilities and parallel realities could have existed just from this one character, just from the way that he could have been treated, just by inferring things on him and figuring out why his brain worked the way it does. Like, he's a case study to me. That's why I love him. I love trying to analyze his reasons, all of that. But let's be honest, the first real reason why I fell in love with Tom Riddle was not because he's a fascinating character, although that is the reason why I'm still in love with the character. It's because in the second movie, the actor that they had play Tom Riddle was hot, which is why the second movie is my favorite, because it has Tom Riddle in it and because he was hot. And because I didn't want to be a vapid individual when I got older, I started to try to figure out if there was more to the character than just him looking hot in the movies and being described as hot in the books when he is Tom Riddle. And I found out I actually do love the character and I do love the whole concept behind him, but he is definitely one of my bookish crushes. Number two, Wednesday Addams. I love creepy things, okay? I love scary things. I was a huge fan of Halloween. I'm not a fan of horror movies, but I like creepy little weird things, okay? So the Addams Family was a movie I would watch. Like, I would watch it all the time. Addams Family and Hocus Pocus. All the time I'd be watching it. And I loved Wednesday Addams. I just thought she was adorable. I just wanted to get to know her. I thought she was the best. I like that scene where she tries to murder her brother because I could emulate with her. So she was definitely one of my crushes. Number three. This was a little hard for me because in this property it's not really a book, but in this property there are two characters that I kind of liked when I watched it, and that is Treasure Planet, that Disney movie, I think. So Treasure Planet had two characters in it that I like, and I'm going to put the Captain Cat female woman as my crush because I always loved her. I just loved seeing a badass chick on screen. Like, she was in charge, like everyone feared her, like she was just that, and she was sexy, so I was like, yes, you're just amazing. Like, I loved her. And then secondly, in that movie, I would have to go with the main character, the boy, whatever his face is. The only reason why he's second is because most of that movie he has a little rat tail thing, and I didn't realize I really did like him until he cut it off, and I was like, oh, now you look better and I like you. So we're gonna put the captain at number 3, but a close runner-up within that property was that kid that was in it. So number 4 isn't so much a character, but a character idea in which I fell in love with as a child, and that comes from Trickster's Choice and Trickster's Queen. This is like a duology done by Tamora Pierce, who is an author that I really loved back in the day and still really love because she was just one of my favorites, and I read every book of hers that I could find. So this follows in the same world, a world that she created, and in this book there are crows, and crows are like animals of the trickster god, and it turns out certain crows can become men, and there is the main character and she falls in love with a crow man, a man crow, whatever the combination was. And I've been so fascinated with shapeshifters, and I always was. So having that idea, I did not want the specific man there because I was like, no, you have a girl, I want you two to get together. But I couldn't help but think that if one of those little crows could transform for me, I would be like rather okay with that prospect in life. Number 5 is a more recent one that I have from a book I read more recently. Again, that's because making this list was really hard for me because I'm just not that kind of person that pairs people off outside of their book, and I really like shipping people together inside of their book. And most of the characters that I love them because they're with someone else that I also love. So it's like a weird concept, but like I said, book crushes aren't a norm. So this is one that I was reminded of that I really love, and that's Penelope from the Carry On series by Rainbow Rowell. It's not really a series, but Carry On from Rainbow Rowell, and Penelope, who is Simon's best friend, and I forgot how awesome she is, and I'm currently rereading the book as an audiobook because I was really intrigued on what it would sound like as an audiobook. Fantastic so far. But Penelope is like sassy, she's super smart, she's like firm and stubborn, and she's like pushing Simon along, and she really cares about him, and I love her, okay? I love everything about her. She has colorful hair, like that's the best part. She has magic, that is also really good. I love her, and I would love to get to know her. And again, that's kind of a weird thing because in the book she has a boyfriend, so like normally, like, in my mind, it's like, oh, she has someone and I like her with that someone. But, like, objectively, if I'm just thinking of people that I would potentially want to get to know in some sort of romantic capacity, or that I fell in love with in some sort of, like, nostalgic crushing capacity, Penelope would definitely be one of them. Comment down below if you too are, like, very weirded out by the book crush idea and you didn't commonly have book crushes. Like I said, this is really hard list for me. Like, this is impossible. Honestly, when I started this list, I could only think of 2, which is the first 2 I mentioned, Riddle and Wednesday Addams, because those were immediate. But everyone else, I was like, I guess I did. I guess so. I wasn't really completely sure because it's just so strange in my mind, because my mind just doesn't work like that, even though I know that's a common thing for many book lovers. I just never understood why. I don't fault anybody, I just never fully contextualized why that was, because I'm just really a big fan of shipping, okay? I'm like ultimate fangirl shipper. I'm a shipper. That's how I live my life, is by shipping people together, not so much of placing myself into other people's relationships. Not a fan of that. But if you like what you're seeing here, you want to continue to see more, then you click all those bunnies down below, and goodbye, internet.